Picture this, a gripping documentary that peels back the layers of America's most shameful moral failings over 5 decades, all through the unflinching gaze of a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist who's still fighting for truth at nearly 90 years old. It's the kind of story that not only shocks, but demands you pay attention. And now, Netflix is stepping in to make sure the world sees it. But here's where it gets controversial. How much of our nation's hidden atrocities are we willing to confront? And what happens when a film dares to connect the dots from past horrors to today's headlines? Oscar-winning filmmaker Laura Poitras, renowned for her groundbreaking work in Citizen4, the documentary that exposed Edward Snowden's revelations about government surveillance, and Emmy-winning director Mark Obenhaus, celebrated for his thrilling sports film Steep, have teamed up to helm this powerful nonfiction piece titled Cover Up. The film made its debut at the prestigious 2025 Venice International Film Festival, where it wowed audiences. Before journeying to Telluride, Toronto, New York, and London, IndieWire is thrilled to exclusively report that Netflix has snapped it up, planning a release later this year as they gear up for a full-throttle Oscar campaign. At its heart, Cover Up dives into 50 years of America's gravest ethical transgressions, spotlighting Seymour Hersh, the legendary investigative reporter whose work has earned him a Pulitzer and a reputation as a relentless truth seeker. For beginners dipping into journalism history, think of Hersh as the muckraker who exposed the My Lai Massacre, a horrific 1968 incident where U.S. troops killed hundreds of unarmed Vietnamese civilians in a brutal war crime that shocked the world and highlighted the dark side of military actions. The film extends this lens to contemporary crises, like the ongoing genocide in Gaza, weaving a narrative that feels both urgent and timeless. In a heartfelt press statement, Hersh himself expressed his enthusiasm. "I'm excited that Netflix picked up the movie. This is a time when journalism needs all the support it can get." It's a sentiment that resonates deeply, especially in an era where media faces constant challenges from misinformation and censorship. Critics are raving about it too. David Ehrlich, in his IndieWire review, called it unflinching, painting a vivid picture of Hersh being jolted by a frantic call from a Gazan contact about yet another tragic incident of child killings. And this is the part most people miss. It's in that raw, emotional moment that the documentary bridges the gap between historical evils and present-day injustices, flashing back to Hersh's roots as the son of a Holocaust survivor. This personal touch adds a layer of humanity, making the film's indictment of systemic violence all the more poignant. Produced by Poitras, Obenhaus, Yoni Galijov, and Olivia Streisand, Cover Up masterfully blends thriller-like tension with a profound tribute to bravery. It meticulously links events like the My Lai Massacre to the Gaza genocide, serving as a scathing critique of the cycle of unaccountability within U.S. military and intelligence operations. Drawing from exclusive access to Hersh's personal notes, the film stitches together original documents and archival footage to reveal how investigative journalism can unearth and challenge power. For those new to this world, imagine it as a detective story where the clues are hidden government files, and the hero is a reporter armed with nothing but curiosity and courage. Poitras, beaming with pride, shared in a statement, "We are deeply proud to join forces with Netflix on the global release of Cover Up. This is a film I've been wanting to make for over 2 decades, and I'm so grateful that Sy finally relented." It is an honor to introduce younger generations, particularly young journalists, to Sy's outsider muckraking reporting. Her co-director Obenhaus echoed this passion. Cover Up is about a remarkable reporter, Seymour Hersh. Through him, the film speaks to the essential role of investigative journalism in holding the powerful accountable. Netflix, with its enormous domestic and global reach, is simply the best platform to release Cover Up to the audience we think it deserves. Backing this project are executive producers Thomas McQuarrie, Brad Pitt, Dee Dee Gardner, Jeremy Kleiner, Josh Braun, who helped sell the film through his company Submarine, and Nick Shoemaker. With a release slated for later this year, the buzz is already building. Poitras, a 3-time Oscar nominee for films like All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, a deep dive into artist Nan Goldin's activism against the Sackler family's opioid empire, Citizen 4, and My Country, is no stranger to award season conversations. Based on the glowing festival reviews, check out the high marks on Metacritic. Cover Up seems poised to join that elite circle, potentially sparking debates about whether such unflinching exposés can truly change the world, or if they're just preaching to the choir. But let's get real. Films like this often stir up heated opinions. Is connecting historical U.S. actions to current global conflicts a fair comparison, or does it risk oversimplifying complex geopolitics? And in a world where platforms like Netflix amplify voices, does this mean more accountability for powerful institutions, or just more echo chambers? What do you think? Does Cover Up shine a necessary light on America's shadows, or is it too bold in its accusations? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear if you agree, disagree, or have your own take on the power of investigative journalism today.